I received a comment the other day from a viewer in regards to my video which I uploaded last week, and he was commenting that the level of hypocrisy and cognitive dissonance he experienced while dating Indonesian women, or this woman, was overwhelming for him, and it didn't make a lot of sense. I actually asked him to explain and elaborate a little bit further because I was interested to find out what really the matter was, but he never really replied. But I can imagine what he was talking about, and this is what I want to cover in this video today. Are Indonesian women fake or fraud, or are they phony? Are they two-faced, or are they even hypocrites when you date them? Is this really true? And this video is for the newbies. This video is for those of you guys who do not have experience with dating Indonesian women, or little experience, or who are interested to come to Indonesia and date. But of course I invite all the old dogs in the pack to also share your experience and comment and help these other guys. Even for me, I'm still learning about Indonesian women, right? So this video is also for you guys to learn and to how to avoid misunderstandings and frustrations, and we don't want you to resign over all these issues, right? So I was thinking a little bit and came up with a few, I think, important points which especially newbies in Indonesia have to consider and to ponder. Number one, obviously, is the culture, but it seems, and it is actually quite normal in the beginning, it happened to me also, that I did not put a lot of thought into this cultural thing. I mean, when you are from a Western country, you are coming from a Western culture, and here in Asia and Indonesia, it's the Asian culture, Southeast Asian culture, Indonesian culture. You need to be aware of this. Not in all the details, of course. You will learn this as you go, yeah. But you have to know that. I was ignorant in the beginning, of course, and also arrogant, and I thought I can apply all what I have learned in Germany or Europe and apply it here, but it didn't work. And then I got frustrated, I blamed the woman and all this kind of stuff, So Western culture is not Asian culture. I mean, it's obvious, I know, and some of you might say, what are you talking about? This is a no-brainer, and don't waste our time. No, I waste my time here a little bit, and just wanted to bring it into your attention that you are aware of this. Even the whole world is globalized now, and you can find, branded items everywhere, yeah. You have Starbucks in Indonesia, you have McDonald's, you have Burger King, you have Gucci, Armani, you name it. You have all these global brands here also in Indonesia, and you find these global brands also in New York, in Los Angeles, in Berlin, in Paris, London, and in Rome. Yeah, there is no difference. A Gucci handbag in New York is the same quality as in Bali when you purchase one. And therefore, maybe, not only maybe, but the wrong perception arises that also, the culture is the same everywhere, dating culture, eating culture, behavioral culture, but it's not the case. So I came up with 4 different differences, things that are different between dating in Western countries and dating in Indonesia. The first thing is the tradition. Indonesian women are way more traditional. They are secondly more conservative. Thirdly, we will talk about the role of the woman or the women here in Indonesia. And number 4, I will speak about different values. So when you compare Indonesian women to Western women, you will find that they are way more traditional. What does it mean? Yeah, these women here are way more feminine. Some guys, maybe the woke among you would say, this is old-fashioned. This is all crap, I don't need that, you know. Who wants a traditional woman? This is so outdated. Yeah, maybe for you, but I can tell you honestly, more men are now moving and even immigrating and traveling to Southeast Asia because they are so fed up with this woke mindset. Anyway, that's a different story. Yeah, these women here are way more traditional, they are way more feminine, the way they look and the way they dress. Yeah, they dress like a woman, they look like a woman, so you can clearly recognize them as a woman, and they want to be like that. They are more traditional. Yeah. All these 4 points I will discuss now are of course interconnected, okay? So this being more traditional also applies to their role as a woman in general in the society here, but also it applies to the marriage and relationships, right? Second point, Indonesian women are way more conservative. I covered this in my last video. Yeah, talking about plausible deniability. And no Indonesian, I always want to say Chinese woman today. I don't know. Chinese. There's no Chinese here. Indonesian women, of course. Indonesian women they don't want to be seen as sluts, as whores. No woman want that around the world. But in Asia, especially the Asian women, they don't want to be seen as sluts, and that's why. And this might be one of the reasons why this guy who commented on my video was a little bit frustrated or had cognitive dissonance, or he categorized it as or interpreted this thing as hypocrisy, because he couldn't figure out, like, what is this girl playing here with me? She is saying this, then she's doing exactly the opposite way, or maybe she is sending these kind of signals, and then but she's not behaving accordingly. So what is this all about? Is this all nonsense? Maybe he thought, and what's wrong with these girls? Can they not make up their mind and this and that? Yeah, this is something you learn and figure out when you are here actually, and you have to date these women, right? You have to date them. You have to practice. You have to improve. You learn by doing. Yeah. And by also talking to them, ask them questions. This is what I do still today. Just the other day I had an appointment, let's say a date with a woman, and I asked many questions about the culture and how they tick and how you think and this and that. I want to learn. I want to figure these women out, you know. And this is the conservative part. So Indonesian women will not directly communicate to you what they want. Everything is through the grapevine, so to speak, and you have to be very smart. You have to work on your discernment, on your judgments, but again, that comes with practice, okay? It can seem really confusing in the beginning and therefore frustrating. This is very important to them, not to be seen as a slut. That means, what does it mean? An Indonesian woman will never ever approach you. Not on the beach, not in the shopping mall, maybe on an online dating site, yes, because there they have anonymity, right, and discretion. They are safe, they feel safe, they can do it, and they will do it. They will approach you online, they will send a message, hi, how are you, just like that, that's it. But they will never do it in public or outside. The only women who are doing this are the hookers and the bar girls. So if it happens that you are out and about in a restaurant or a bar and you get approached by a pretty Indonesian woman who most likely has maybe some tattoos and smokes a cigarette, and then you know what time it is, huh? Anyway, point number 3, the role of the woman in Indonesian society. Yeah, again, it's more traditional. The husband and wife dynamic is a little bit a different one than in Western societies. Of course, I have to generalize here, yeah, but I cannot inspect and dissect every single Western marriage, okay? But in general here, the Indonesian women have a clear understanding of their role within marriage, okay? And it has nothing to do with discrimination or subordination. I mean, even what is subordination anyway? It always has a negative connotation, right? But subordination, I mean, even the man is subordinating in a marriage. Everybody has to subordinate. You know, you have to make compromises and you have to commit and this and that to make this whole thing work. So just the other day, as mentioned, I talked to one lady here, and she told me that she likes Westerners, and I asked her why, and I will cover this in my next video probably. Yeah, I asked her specifically, tell me honestly, I said to this lady, why do you like Western men? Tell me the truth. And she told me everything. She told me all her reasons. And I will cover this probably in one of the upcoming videos, but just to give you a sneak peek here, what she said, why she likes Western men, why she likes to date them and eventually wants to marry them, is that she believes, yeah, that the husband, the Western husband, is respecting the woman a little bit more, or respecting more than an Indonesian husband is doing. And I'm just noticing, I'm digressing here a little bit. This is actually not what I wanted to say. As a matter of fact, yeah, and this is what, yeah, actually she complained about that, and because in Indonesian marriage, the man is the boss basically. Yeah, the woman subordinates. Not in all marriages, of course, but in general it is like that, and not many women like, you know, subordinating in a negative way. You know, speaking of that, the man thinks he is the boss and he is the big guy, and he has the say, and he is like directing the woman, and he is allowing the woman to do this or not allowing to do that, you know, this kind of stuff. This is the role of the woman in an Indonesian marriage. I think this is what I've been told, vastly still very common in Indonesia, but of course there are exceptions. I don't want to say that the whole country is like backwards or I don't know what. No, yeah, but this is the more traditional thing here in Indonesia still, the husband and wife dynamic. Yeah. And number 4, the values. The values are very important because everything is basically resting on values. And Indonesian women, what you need to understand is they value family, they value marriage, they value bonding. They want to be a wife, they want to be a mother, they value community and friends. Yeah? This is important to these women, and you should know this before you even start dating these women here, these girls. You need to make yourself familiar with the culture. You can do this today very easily. Yeah? You can go on YouTube and watch a bunch of videos about this topic. Perhaps you want to watch my videos to learn, to get some advice from guys who have been dating these women for many years and still learning, you know. I'm still learning. And read blog posts. There's so much advice out there these days. You can do this research. You can do your due diligence, so to speak, even before you arrive in Indonesia. You can learn a great deal, but don't make the mistake to do this paralysis analysis thing. Yeah, don't overstudy. Yeah, watch some videos, talk to some guys, chat with them, or even video call them, or read a book or two. I've done this as well. Get some information, get some intelligence, get some knowledge, and then it's time to get into action. Book your ticket, arrive here, even set up your online dating site 1 week before you arrive here, and then it's time to jump in the good old cold water. And then you start practicing, you start learning, you start improving, and you start to learn along the way, like with any other skill. Tradition, so they are more traditional, they are more conservative, the role of the woman is a little bit different here in the marriage still today, and of course they have different values than Western women in general. Because our women in Europe or in America, Canada or Australia, New Zealand, they are less traditional, they are less feminine. I think you will agree to what I've just said, right? Are our women in Western countries feminine? I think many still are in a way, but you also can see a lot of, I don't know how to coin this here, but there's a lot of crap going on also, right? These women in Western countries, many of them not necessarily are dressing up as women anymore, right? Or they don't even look like women. They talk like a. I don't want a woman. I mentioned it so many times in my other videos. You know, I don't want a woman who looks like a truck driver. I have nothing against truck driver. They are great people. You know, it's a tough job, but they are rough guys, and they have to be because it's a tough job. You know. But I don't want a tough woman. It's nothing against tough women here, but I don't need a tough woman. I need a sweet and kind and feminine woman. I don't need a woman who looks and talks like a truck driver, you know, with pink hair and overweight and tattooed all over her body. This is just my own personal preference. If you like tattooed women, go ahead. But I don't like tattooed women. And also the values in Western countries are a little bit different. For those of you who want to marry and have family, you come to Asia. In Europe, you know, the women are a little bit different. They are, you know, the career is a little bit more important. They want to make money first, career, and then they maybe start thinking of family. So it's also actually a valid thing, you know. It's everybody's choice what they want to do. But if you want a feminine, traditional, conservative woman, then I think Indonesia is a great place. So there are differences in culture, differences between Western and Asian culture, of course, and therefore also because they have different values. There are different values in place. You know, the value system is different. And yeah, that's all what I wanted to say today. Basically, the theme of this video today is beforehand. Learn about the culture a little bit. Be aware that there are differences. Yeah, you have a different value system here still, and that's why these girls behaving differently also. They have different motivations, different goals. For them, family is number one. At the end of the day, they want to end up in a long-term relationship that leads to marriage and family. This is their main goal and purpose in life. They want to be a mother. They want to be a wife. They want to be happily married. And a lot of surfers here. They want to be married and that's it. Most of them, for them it's their purpose, their life purpose. So to avoid all this, do some research, be smart, and I mean, we all are kind of ignorant in the beginning, right? Because we start a new adventure, we travel to a new country where we have never been before. This is a good thing, you know, if you can do it. I also admire you, because not everybody can do it, you know. Most people are scared, or I don't know what. And if you already just buy your ticket and travel there, then you did already the right thing. You are ignorant in the beginning, so what? You learn, you improve, but unfortunately there are also many men who actually are, sorry to say, I'm not sorry to say, but they are really stupid, you know, and they're also very arrogant, and they think they are something better, and they come to these countries and also behave accordingly. I'm sorry to say, this is sheer stupidity and arrogance, and therefore, of course, they treat these women also in a different way, and they also have different and totally wrong and skewed expectation. Therefore, and they're wondering why things are turning sour. You know, they're wondering why they're always ending up with the wrong kind of girls. You know, being ripped off, being cheated, being lied to. But that's a different topic for another video. But I'm telling you, get smart, get educated, learn your lessons, make mistakes, and try not to be stupid and foolish and arrogant. Your culture is not better than theirs. Just because you're coming from a Western country, you have some money on your bank account and have maybe a lighter skin, doesn't mean you are in any way better or more moral or anything. You are a guest in this country, you are a visitor, and you should behave accordingly also, right? Like you would expect your visitors who visit your place would be behaving. But unfortunately, and for those of you guys who have been to these countries here, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of ignorance. Okay, we can talk about that. You can eliminate ignorance pretty quickly with knowledge. You can replace ignorance with knowledge if you want, but how to replace stupidity and how to replace arrogance and how to replace this misbehavior. But that's again a different topic. Anyway, I hope I could help. Let me know your comments. Looking forward to them as usual, and then I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Take care, bye bye.